Care. Care's supposed to be down there right now.
Alright.
Nah.
Hey, is there any way you could park like right there?
Mm-hmm.
You came over, let's so good.
I'm not worried. Some of the sweatpants you like anyway.
Maybe though. My daughter now she
Yeah,
she tiny.
I just said 14. He said we ain't got that. I've been model.
The kids.
Thank you. For you.
No, I'm trying to change it here. I can change it here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They know it all the way. Albie, what up, Albie?
That's crazy. We played part one of the together. We played for the Cowboys.
Box Truck said Denver, Colorado wants to be.
See you, bro. Congrats.
Right. Shakur. Hey, come on, let us get you over here, bro.
Should be good. It should be enough for all y'all. He trying to punch with you too, Manny, so give him some faith.
Yo, this EO.
Leave him alone, Dave! Hey, Dave, leave him alone! Find the right shots, Manson. You'll see it. Hands up, though. Yup. Got it.
If you don't take a picture with me, I'm crashing out.
I'm happy to be back at the Prudential Center. This is my home. I love it here. Hopefully, my next fight will be here. That's what I want. But I came here to support Lil Manny, and Lil Manny got the job done. Tough fight, close fight, but he pulled it through, and I'm just glad to be here to support him.
You and Tank ever linked up in the ring?
Yeah, we sparred before.
Can we ever expect a fight?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's gonna be one of the biggest fights in the world.
No cap.
I feel like how they talking about Earl and Bud Crawford, I feel like me and Tank gonna be basically 2.0 of that.
Yeah.
Probably even bigger than that.
3 people in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me. Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them. I told
you it's a 50-50 fight.
Ain't no 50-50 fight, nigga. How you gonna keep me up and you ain't got no power?
I was also told that Devin got the best of you in the last sparring session.
Well, you know I sparred them twice.
That's right. If Bill
took him out the ring. I almost knocked him out in Floyd Gym. Did they tell you that? Did they tell you that?
I don't know, but I ain't hear that.
Oh, okay. Tell to Devin and his dad to get out my dick. Tell him, be prepared. Because after these first two niggas, oh man, I'm coming straight at niggas.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? He'll have no offense. Everything is defense. What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
Fuck no. I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been like hurt in no fight. Like far as, cause the people took when I said this wrong. Like I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could like if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about like somebody hit you in the chin where like people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never like felt nothing. No chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had. So, in sparring, fight, anything. So, nah.
How you think coming up with
I
Tank?
hope he don't fight Lamar, actually. Like, I hope he don't get in the ring with him again. Because at the end of the day, if he lose, it's just going to look bad on the fight with me. So, it's going to look like somebody else already did it. I want
You want Tank to knock you out, yo.
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I heard him say before. I heard him say, like, yo, I want to fight Tank. And that's nice, but why do you want Tank to knock you out so bad? Like,
Look. That sound good. That sound real good. But she's too little.
Too little.
When it comes to intense rivalries in boxing, Few matchups generate as much hype and debate as Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta "Tank" Davis. This is one of those rare rivalries where two fan bases constantly clash over who is the superior fighter. Fans of both Tank and Shakur are well known for their heated debates on social media, each strongly defending their favorite and claiming dominance. The rivalry has been building for years, and even boxing analysts and experts have joined the discussion, offering their opinions on who holds the edge. The only thing missing is an official fight date, where both boxers could step into the ring and settle the debate with their skills. Unfortunately for fans, this dream matchup seems unlikely in the near future unless both fighters are willing to come together and actively make the fight happen through serious negotiations.
Who's next? I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm a top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out victorious.
Over the past few years, it has become clearer who may have the edge in this highly anticipated matchup. Shakur Stevenson has climbed the ranks rapidly, facing and defeating some of the toughest opponents in the division. His win over William Zepeda marked a major turning point in his career, establishing him as a serious contender. He further elevated his status with a victory against Teofimo Lopez, which pushed him into stardom. Stevenson has consistently chased the biggest fights and has openly called out Gervonta "Tank" Davis, showing that he is ready for the challenge. On the other hand, Tank Davis has been less active, having not fought in over a year and also dealing with legal issues during that period. Shakur's promoter, Eddie Hearn, has even dismissed the idea that Tank could currently defeat Stevenson, especially now that Shakur has become a 4-division world champion.
If you were Tank's promoter, what would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta Davis.
Slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You had to buy it, you had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happening. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right? Now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people, Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You cannot say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Regardless of who wins the fight, there is no doubt that a matchup between Tank and Shakur would be a huge event. Fanon Boxing shared his perspective on why Shakur Stevenson truly needs this fight. He also offered advice for Tank Davis, suggesting that Davis should move up to 140 pounds and start targeting the big names in that weight class, as he has stayed at 135 pounds for too long. Fanon further claims that some media figures are trying to discourage Shakur Stevenson from facing Gervonta Davis by encouraging him to move up to 147 pounds instead. According to him, this type of guidance resembles the same pressure that was previously placed on Davis to move up in weight, which he believes benefits certain interests rather than the fighters themselves. He also argues that Stevenson is still not a major draw in terms of star power and that a fight with Davis is the only real opportunity for him to become a top attraction in boxing.
Gervonta needs to go to 140, 147. He's been at 135 too long. He's dominating everybody there. There's no challenges for you there. Come on and go up to 147 pounds. Like I said, that's a system. They are not these people are bought and paid for. We already know that. So the people that they support want Shakur Stevenson to go up to 147 to fight guys like Conor Benn, to fight guys like whoever at 147 pounds, right? But what will that make Shakur? Let's just be real. What does that make Shakur? That is going to make Shakur, basically, he's going to be stuck being an undercard fighter. Like he's been stuck at being an undercard fighter. He didn't get any real momentum off of that fight with Teofimo Lopez. What did he get? He got a bunch of systematic press. People talking about the fight for about a week and how great he is. And after that, it went right back into nobody talking about Shakur. Because Shakur Stevenson he's just not a big star. But he can be a big star if he fights somebody like Gervonta Davis. That's the ticket for him right there. Is the fight between him and the guy that's the most popular guy in that weight class, or anybody below Canelo Alvarez, really. But you know, we live in this era where YouTube channels like The Boxing Voice, like Showbiz the Adult, like these other guys want to prescript and prescribe movements for fighters that really don't do anybody any good other than the backers of the
Boxing Hall of Famer Tim Bradley shared a similar view regarding Shakur Stevenson. He strongly disagrees with the idea of pushing Stevenson to move up to 147 pounds, pointing out that it would already be his fourth weight class. Bradley believes Stevenson's recent performance against Topomo Lopez at 140 pounds shows his elite level and says he should not move up without first facing strong opponents like Gary Antoine Russell or Dalton Smith. He also feels Stevenson still has important fights ahead at 130 and 135 pounds, mentioning possible matchups against Isaac Cruz or Moratala. Bradley's main point is that Stevenson should take on these challenges first before considering a permanent move to welterweight.
Tim, tell us about Shakur Stevenson. He can't seem to get a fighter to step in the ring with him after his performance with Topomo Lopez. What do you make of that? What do you think's going on with Shakur?
There's fights out there for Shakur. There's fights out there for Shakur. Hell yeah, there's fights out there. We gotta fight him. We gotta go get him. That's it. Look, every fight ain't gotta be a damn home run. Every fight ain't gotta be not a home run, but every fight ain't gotta be like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Super Bowl?
Like the Masters or Super Bowl. Every fight ain't gotta be like that, bro. You know what I mean?
Just stay busy, get better.
Well, you can stay busy and get better, but if you fighting the top guys in the division, that's all that we want to see. You know what I mean? So like, if you're gonna stay at 140, we want to see you against that Russell guy. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you against Russell. We want to see you against Dalton Smith. We want to see you against that top echelon of that division. If you go to 35, we want to see you against the Moratayas of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Aren't the biggest fights at 147 though? Ryan, Devin.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, but he's not a 147 pounder. He's not. He ain't say, oh, let me go test that 140. No, he said, I'm gonna go to 140 without no tune-ups, and I'm gonna face the best guy there. Right? And he faced Lopez, and he demolished him like nothing, right? So, like, now y'all want to force him to go up to 47 for what? That's his fourth weight class, dog. His fourth weight class. In a way, it's fourth weight champion too. In a way, ain't going up to 26 yet. In a way, we'll go up there. He handled his business this weekend or next weekend. I'm pretty sure he might go up to 126, right? So the same thing with Shakur. Eventually Shakur will get there, you know, but he got some fights that he can fight. At 130 and 135, shit, I wouldn't mind seeing a Cruz Shakur. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing Muratalla.
Bradley also expressed his opinion about a potential fight between Shakur and Tank Davis, suggesting that it would be the biggest matchup in boxing. He encouraged Tank to accept the fight with Shakur, calling it a major box office event.
Gervonta's at 140, that seems to be the biggest
I
name.
want Gervonta Davis to step in the ring and face somebody, dog, already, bro. For real.
He'll be back.
Like, oh, I know he coming back, dog. But I'm just saying, like, fight Shakur, bro. Fight Shakur. That's all I'm saying, bro. Fight. You need these top guys out there, man. And that's it. Because you can say, oh, Shakur ain't fight nobody. Well, shit, if Shakur ain't fight nobody and Tank ain't fight nobody, why don't they fight each other? If that's how y'all want to put it, fight each other. Bro, that will probably be one of the biggest fights in boxing right now, bro. The biggest fight. Yeah. Box office, it will sell out like this. Like that, it'll sell out.
Coach Breadman also shared his thoughts on this potential matchup, offering a strong and detailed opinion. He holds Shakur Stevenson in very high regard, noting that although Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis have completely different fighting styles, Shakur's versatility and deep confidence make him a real threat to any opponent. He pointed out that Stevenson's decision to fight off the ropes against Zepeda demonstrated high-level instincts, although he would likely avoid using the same approach against Davis due to Tank's exceptional power. Breadman also emphasized that both fighters have elite ring IQ, which would make the matchup feel like a tactical chess match filled with constant adjustments. In the end, he expressed hope that the fight happens while both boxers are still in their prime, so boxing fans don't end up with another what-if scenario in the sport's history.
When you hear these things, when you see Shakur in all these different styles, do you look at him any different when it comes down to a Tank Davis fight now?
I think that Tank is a different style than Cepeda, but Shakur seems to want to take all the tough smoke, and I think really highly of him as a fighter. You know, he seems to. You can kind of get like the gut feeling that certain guys will fight anybody, and Shakur, even though he hasn't fought the huge names, I get the impression in my guts that he's willing to fight anybody. You know what I mean? He got a real confident way about him, and he got the kind of style where you got to kind of adjust to him. So, you know, I don't think he's going to fight Tank the same way he fought Cepeda, but that's what makes Shakur special, is that he can win fights more than one different way. I always thought Shakur and Tank is a great fight, and I still do. But Shakur seems super confident that he could beat Tank. So the only way to figure that out is if they get in the ring. I think they both special, you know, and unfortunately they haven't fought yet, and they're around the same weight classes. So hopefully we get to see it before somebody loses bad or be past their prime, and then we got to wonder what would have happened if they fought on their best day. I just want to just see the fights. But sometimes, like when you ask a question like that, it's hard to say, because sometimes a fighter instinct let him know what he could do with certain guys and with certain guys he can't do. You know what I mean? It just, like Shakur might say, okay, I'm going to smother Tank power. Or he might say, I'm going to box and I'm going to get on my jab and I'm going to move. I don't know how that works. You know, because his mind and his instincts will let him know what he think he could do. Like the Cepeda fight I was hearing, they was like, get off the ropes. But he saw it in a way where he's like, I could be on the ropes and counterpunch this guy and get off. So we got to just see. And Tank is the same way. They both got super high IQs. So we got to see how they would deal with each other and what adjustments the corner would make and all that kind of stuff, and then come down the stretch and we just see. I really can't say how he would fight him. I don't think he would fight him like he would fight Shakur, but we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't really know until you get in.
Amid ongoing discussions about a potential Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson fight, the Blue Blood Sports TV host offered a harsh reality check for fans still expecting it to happen. He dismissed rumors that Gervonta Davis is preparing a major offer for Shakur Stevenson, describing such claims as diabolical lies. He further argued that Stevenson has already surpassed Davis in terms of legacy, pointing to his status as a 4-division world champion and a potential first-ballot Hall of Famer. According to him, the PBC may not have the financial capacity to present an undeniable offer, and any major funding would likely need external backing, such as from figures like Turki Alalshik. Ultimately, he suggested that Stevenson operates more like a promotional free agent who doesn't necessarily need the Davis fight to elevate his career. He also noted that many fans have already accepted the idea that this matchup may never happen, largely due to the stylistic difficulties involved.
Great. At these stages of their career, Shakur Stevenson has surpassed Gervonta Tank Davis. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer right now. He is a 4-division legit champion and should be Olympic gold medalist. And His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has eliminated pay-per-view numbers being needed to pay fighters in A side, B side. He has eliminated that. So they can't make Shakur a massive offer he can't refuse. First of all, the PBC doesn't even have the budget to do so. And they need His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh to put on events, as we see. Now, Top Rank is in trying to bring ESPN back into the picture so they could get back on the market. But they don't have a network. Shakur Stevenson's network promotional free agent, essentially. He works with Jay Prince, but he also has dealings with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. He don't need Gervonta Tank Davis. It's just a fight that we want to see. But these lies that Tank Davis is getting ready to make Shakur Stevenson an offer he can't refuse is just that, a lie. Where would he get the money to offer Shakur Stevenson an offer he can't refuse? It would have to come from Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency. And guess what? Tank ain't offering nothing. That means Turki Al-Sheikh would be making the offer to make the fight happen. So I don't know where this, I do know where these folk lords, these fake these just diabolical, the words I want to use, I can't use. but it ain't. Shakur Stevenson has essentially at this point in his career moved past Tank Davis. And the fans and the people have already accepted it ain't happening. They don't like the style matchup, number one.
There's still a huge question mark over who would win between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis. Both are elite fighters, and with both being in or around their prime, the matchup remains one of the most talked about in boxing. Some believe that a big fight against Shakur could help revive Tank Davis's momentum, especially with concerns about his recent inactivity. However, the key question is whether this fight will ever actually happen within the next year or two. If it does, fans are divided on the outcome, with strong arguments on both sides. The debate continues, and only time will tell if this blockbuster clash becomes reality.